Freaks, it's Monday, August 22nd, 2022. Coming up on the program today, Snorting Vintage Piss. Oh, 2016 was a great year for urine. Plus, yearning for a cartoon rabbit to fart in my face, the Make a Reasonably Priced Wish Foundation, and calling homosexual control to come pick up and dispose of a gay. Distorted View Daily proudly presents an angry man confronting a street performer in New York City.
Fuck you! Fucking asshole! Go to a studio and rehearse. Maybe something you'll learn. You suck. You're no talent piece of shit. You impose your lack of talent in order on everybody around you, whether you want to do it or not. Get out! You any kind of artist? Anybody know who you are? Maybe everybody else wants to enjoy the peace and quiet. This is one of the most important places in all of North America. Who are you? Who are you? You miserable, presumptuous, no talent. You're no artist. An artist respects the silence and serves as the foundation of creativity. And I'm an NYU film school graduate, sucker, and the School of Visual Arts, and the Academy of Art University in San Francisco. You suck. You're no talent. You're everything that's gone wrong in this world. You're a self-consumed, no talent, mediocre piece of shit. And I've earned my right to say it. In 1975, I walked Bob Dylan up on stage. Who the fuck are you? I knew the Grateful Dead from 1966. Who the fuck are you? You nothing. You nothing. You are nothing. And you will never be anything. Never. How dare you?
It's the Distorted View Show with Tim Henson.
Small animals such as rabbits and gerbils.
That's what we call it, the watermelon hole. Fill them pipes, bitches.
Well, I really like shortbread.
Wait a minute.
Hell, you can shove anything up the rectum.
Yes, Tim Henson back here with you to start a new week of programs. This, of course, is Distorted View Daily, but what is Distorted View? A valid question. If you're new to the podcast, you might be wondering, what is this all about? Why should I be listening? Well, in its rawest form, TV shovels through the great quantity of digital shit expelled from the butt chute that we call the internet. What is it I'm digging for? Not some sort of jewel or diamond ring that was inadvertently swallowed and mixed in with the shit. No. In a sea of diarrhea, I'm simply looking for exquisite turds. You know, I am kind of regretting the poop metaphor thing here. I feel like it's not quite landing, not descriptive enough, and I'm getting lost in the poop. What's happening is I'm coming off as some sort of scat freak, and I'm probably turning off most of my new listeners. That being said, a large portion of the podcast does in some way, shape, or form always end up being about poop. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. Look, I just find weird things. There's lots of weird stuff on the internet. I try to find weird stuff. You know, that's it. What do you want from me? It's not exactly a high concept podcast here. It's not artsy fartsy. Basically, you subscribe to Distorted View Daily, and you can slum it with me and other pieces of trash for 45 minutes every day. We're gross, disgusting monsters, but I'll tell you one thing. You always leave this podcast feeling good about yourself. You will feel superior to just about everyone I feature on this show. That's a Tim Henson promise. Ding! It's really good for people with low self-esteem, depression. Ask your psychiatrist if Distorted View Daily is right for you.
You may experience gas with oily discharge, increased bowel movements, an urgent need to have them, and an inability to control them.
Yes, there are some side effects. By the way, if they wanted to be accurate with that warning, they wouldn't have went with the word discharge. Discharge coming out of your butt? That's poop, my friends. You will lose control of your bowels and have nasty, oily shit seeping out. Don't you dare try to soften that blow by using the word discharge, which is gross too, don't get me wrong. What would you rather have happen? A little discharge in your underwear or an oily anal blowout in your underwear? That warning was either for Ally, which was a weight loss pill. Apparently you would just shit out all the grease that you would eat. Or it was for those Olean potato chips. I don't think either of those are being sold anymore. They were They were hard ones to market. Last week on the podcast, I told you guys that I was toying with the idea of practicing yoga. I was very intrigued by a man we were featuring on the show who seemed to imply drinking semen was a good idea. Guys, it's not gay. It was just like a little bit of semen. Just a few drops of the stuff mixed in with his morning cup of urine. I kind of buried the lead there. Yes, this guy is all about urine therapy. Drinking pee, rubbing pee on you. We've featured these freaks many times on the podcast. I think the most extreme example of urine therapy had to be the woman who was sucking up her aged piss with an eyedropper and squirting the stuff inside her eyeballs. Oh, it helps with vision, prevents cataracts. It's a miracle substance, that urine. I don't know why your body is so anxious to get rid of the fucking stuff. You know, when you get that urge to pee, you gotta go. Your body is saying, get rid of this. But it should be just absorbing itself back in your body. Anyway, I've got an example here of a urine therapy practitioner. Everyone seems to utilize piss in a different way. All of it nutty as shit. This guy is taking a glass of urine and not drinking it per se. He's stuck his nose in the glass and he's inhaling the pee. Just like breathing in the piss. So far, he's snorted about half of the liquid, looks like. Funny, because every time he stops, he's kind of burping it, which can't taste good in your mouth. See, guys, it's not all shit audio on DV. Sometimes we do piss audio, too. That's what this podcast is all about. And that's one to vomit on. All right, let's listen to just a few seconds of this guy talking about his hobby.
Does aged urine stink?
Well, it's not going to smell good. Regular urine doesn't smell that great. Now put it in a bottle for 5 years, seal it up. I mean, no, it's not going to smell good.
Of course, if you've never aged it before, you'll discover that it does have a stronger smell, but
he won't say it smells bad. It's a unique smell, a strong smell.
You'll discover that it does have a stronger smell, but it's a different smell. And oftentimes, for the most part, if you age it correctly and you have a fairly clean body, it'll age in a way that is strong but not stinky, not in a gross kind of way. It'll still not smell good.
Stop trying to sugarcoat it. I know you people want to recruit more urine drinkers, but be honest with them. They're going to find out soon enough. Piss does not smell good. And wait till you taste the stuff. It's always funny because, we find these weird practices. Oh, there are people who drink urine. That's crazy. And then that's never where it ends. That's where it starts. Oh, some people snort piss. Oh, some people give themselves piss enemas. Have you heard about aged urine? Yeah, some people will only drink pee that's like 5 years old. It's like peeling a piss-soaked onion. So many drippy, musty layers there. All right, there you go. That's a urine drinker for your Monday. I have got a double Utard update for you. First up, our resident incel, Marshall Mathers IV, is back, and I am urging all government authorities to please put him on a list. If he isn't already, you need to be just keeping an eye on him. Yeah, he just seems like a sad sack at first. A sad sack who has never gotten laid, just desperately wants a woman to fart on him, and as we recently learned, is sexually attracted to cartoon rabbits. So it's not the cartoon rabbit thing or the fart fetish thing that has me concerned. In this latest video, he announces he is a full-bloom furry. Also, not too concerned with that, but it's the way he talks about women that's a bit concerning. Take a listen.
And in today's video, I will be talking about or explaining all the reasons why I ended up becoming a furry. And I want to start off by stating the most obvious reason here being that for the most part I have lost all hope and faith in women.
He's blaming the fact that he's a furry on women. You did this to him. It just goes downhill from here.
Women way back in the day used to know their place in the world, in society. And you know what? Way back in the day, they didn't complain. They didn't whine or bitch or moan or anything like that because they didn't have rights or they didn't have the same opportunities or privileges or advantages that men did have.
And because of all of your bitching and moaning and whining, women, you have driven poor Marshall Mathers IV here to sexually objectify cartoon mice. He wants to fuck animated pussy. All because you had to have your equal rights. Marshall is also pissed off at the weak men who passed these laws giving women equal rights.
And that's because they were such weak, pathetic, pussified politicians and leaders in our country of America back in the mid to late 60s. It's because of that reason why women ultimately in the long run eventually ended up how they are today, which is extremely severely promiscuous and slutty and just an uncontrollable.
You're all whores, ladies.
Unbelievable, intimidating amount of masculine energy.
Let me amend this. You are husky masculine whores. Why you gotta be so hairy-knuckled and broad-shouldered? No wonder Marshall Mathers wants to fuck Babs Bunny from Tiny Toons. There's a real woman. He goes on and on for about 10 minutes, and I think he finally afterwards comes back to the furry thing.
And because of the way that women are and have been for a very long time, that is one of the main reasons as to why I became a furry, or why I ended up becoming a furry. Because, you know, when it comes to any of the furry anthropomorphic animals that I myself personally am attracted to and like turned on by or whatever, they don't make me angry. They don't make me feel any amount or level of hatred or hostility or bitterness or vengefulness, as in like thoughts or feelings or emotions.
Like when he looks at any real woman. See what I like? He's going to go on a shooting spree or something. Like he needs to be watched.
Or jealousy or envy or anything like that, because they're not real.
Later, Marshall admits he just wants to be part of a group. He would love to go to FurryCon and participate in other things.
I'm not only an incel, but also a furry as well. And also, you know, I would love to be a part of like online burping fetish communities or vor communities or fart communities or anything like that, or shit or peeing communities where there are like a bunch of guys who have the same exact really disgusting degenerate fetishes that I myself do and have had since I was like a kid pretty much.
Did we know all of this about Marshall Mathers, or are we learning something here? It's not hard to become a member of one of these communities. They're all over the internet. Just do it. Stop talking about it.
And, you know, I also do like or love, if anything, and am infatuated with Lola Bunny. I also like Judy Hopps. Love Judy Hopps from the movie Zootopia.
I'm sorry, isn't Judy Hopps an outgoing bunny who is a career woman? She's a cop, right? I mean, that's someone that Marshall Mathers would hate in real life because she's not sitting at home, cleaning the house, cooking for her man, shy and reserved. No, you don't know what the hell you want, Marshall.
Judy Hopps from the movie Zootopia. Those are my 3 all-time favorite furries right there, starting with Kanga.
Oh, Kanga, yeah, I skipped past that part.
And then, like, Judy Hopps and Lola Bunny.
Okay. Finally, you're giving me what I want. Some names here. I want to know what you're attracted to.
You know, I will say that I do kind of am attracted to or infatuated with the female fox from the Walt Disney, like, really old 80s or 90s movie or 70s or whatever it was. Robin Hood.
Okay, we've heard enough. That is up-and-coming school shooter Marshall Mathers. He's one to watch out for. Although he's graduated from school or dropped out. He's, in his 20s now? So he probably wouldn't shoot up a school. Maybe a college campus where there's a lot of women, or like a Claire's Boutique or Lane Bryant. I don't know, somewhere where women go. Keep your eyes peeled, ladies. Good God. The other Utard update I have for you is of Norman Wicks. Norman Wicks was attacked in his PT Cruiser. Yeah, apparently some guy did not like the fact that Norman and his son were both sleeping in the back seat of the PT Cruiser. The man started an altercation. There was a physical fight. Here is Norman talking to the cops.
Whoa. He's in a hurry if you want to go run over there. What's your name? What's your name? Norman?
Usually, Norman is the loud one. Something is very wrong here, right? He can barely speak at all.
What happened, Norman?
I got kicked in my testicles and I fell out of my vehicle after he kicked me.
That's no good. Do you get hit in the head at all?
No, in the back and in my arm.
Your back and your arm?
Yeah.
Okay.
My testicles. The guy gave me a bam. And I rolled out of my car onto the ground.
Yeah, that'll do it. Kind of hard to understand, but Norman was kicked in the testicles. Finally, we found a way to shut him up. Yeah, Norman was kicked in the testicles while in the car, and then he rolled out of the car onto the ground in pain. The cops were on the scene, and for once, Norman is being nice to the cops. He signs paperwork that the cops want him to sign. He's very cooperative. Usually, he hates cops. Just to give you a taste, here is Norman and his son at Starbucks talking to a police officer.
Where's my day in court for my car? Take us 2 fucking months you had my car. No fucking day in court, no judge, nothing.
I don't think these are the very same police officers that impounded Norman's car, but it doesn't matter because all pigs are bad.
A fucking car, motherfucker! Grand theft, motherfucker! Drive me out in the middle of nowhere and drop me off and take all my shit!
Again, this is inside of a Starbucks.
You're a fucking motherfucker! I'm gonna fuck this punk up, I swear to God. I swear to God, I'm gonna fuck that punk up. He just said something so fucking wrong. You lousy fucking lying piece of shit. You're a fucking punk. You getting ready? Let's go. You licking your fucking lips like a bitch? In heat? You skinny little fucking doper? You little fucking meth freak. You're a fucking meth head.
Yeah, he's calling the police officer a meth head. Compare that to this video where he's like, someone stepped on my testicles. Thank you, officer. Later on in the video, after the police leave, Norman gives his theories about what's going on here.
Yeah, well, folks, here's the thing. I just got, for no reason at all, I think the guy was a cop.
Of course it's a cop. Norman thinks the guy who kicked his testicles was a police officer, an off-duty police officer.
Honestly.
Everyone who's bad is a police officer.
I can't imagine anybody having that much audacity to do something so outrageous.
Again, we're only kind of hearing one side of the story. Norman tends to be a bit of an instigator.
You're a fucking motherfucker. I'm gonna fuck this punk up, I swear to God.
Yeah, we don't know exactly how that altercation went down. Norman could have been running his mouth, but there's a little Norman Wicks update for you. He's currently in the backseat of his PT Cruiser, nursing some very swollen, sore balls. Turning our attention to the Discord, Pajamas, I think it was Pajamas who submitted this video. We've got a road rage situation. You know, I gotta be honest with you, I'm a bit of a hothead behind the wheel. I really look at all the other cars on the road as my enemies. I don't like when people get in front of me. If people are going too slow, I curse at them and I zoom around and cut them off. Meanwhile, if another car is in the lane next to me and he's trying to speed up to get around me, I will accelerate. Also, I will call him an asshole. Basically, I'm always in the right and they're always the worst drivers, even if they're doing the exact same thing I do. One of these days, someone's going to pull a gun on me or get out of their car and jump on the hood of mine, try to rip me out of my seat or something. It's coming. That's why videos like the one I have for you right now are so scary to me. This guy followed a female driver home. she has pulled into her driveway, and that's where this happens.
You ever cut me off again, I'll beat the fuck out of you.
You don't do that to me or anyone else. You're a dangerous driver. Meanwhile, he has left his car in the middle of the road. He got out to bang on her window.
You know what you did. You cut me off. Good. Call the fucking cops. Now I know where you live. Good. Because I know where you live. Boom.
He's followed her home. He's threatened her. We're inching ever closer to criminal activity.
Boom, bitch. Tell your mama to quit cutting fucking people off.
Oh, well. Now it's criminal, right? He just ripped off her side view mirror. I don't know how he's going to expect her not to cut off people when she can't see out of the side of her car anymore. So it's not only a woman in the car, but also her son. So he's scaring all sorts of people. So she's calling the cops. He heads back to his car, and you'd think we're done with the interaction, but no.
Everything okay? No, it's not. She cut me off and was acting like a fucking idiot. Fuck you. Yeah, call the cops so I can tell them. Because guess what? See this little camera right here? You're on it too, bitch.
He's obviously in a rage fog here. Yeah, you call the cops, see what happens. Well, let's look at the facts here. There's no proof of her cutting you off, except for the fact you are in some sort of white-hot ball of fury. You followed someone home, you threatened them, you've done physical damage to their car.
Call the cops so I can tell them. Because guess what? See this little camera right here? You're on it too, bitch. Okay. Throw your hands up again. No, fuck you. I'll fix your car when I run my dick up your ass. Stupid bitch. Throw your hands up again at somebody. Now I know where you live, you stupid whore. Think about that. Record it. Think about it.
I don't think he knows that there is a Ring doorbell or security cam recording the whole thing here. And she's got her phone out, so, there's multiple angles to this.
See what you done, fuck mama calls? I hope you learned a lesson, son.
Women really need to learn their place. They shouldn't be driving.
You say that?
Modern women are such a turnoff. This is why I only fantasize about Judy from Zootopia.
Bitch, you're the psychopath. Throwing your hands up. Yeah, you better be glad I ate your fucking teeth. I just pulled out your fucking ass.
Again, who's the psychopath here? She threw her hands up, and what have you done?
Fuck everybody.
Okay, move on.
I am.
Right. Thank you. Have a good day.
What?
She said, have a good day. Now he's mad about that.
Hope the rest of your day is better. Yeah, mine too. Tell your wife to quit cutting me off.
Well, there you go. Be careful on the road, freaks. You never know who you might be getting in a race with or cutting off. People are fucking insane. The final clip I have for you today, this was submitted by our very own Miss May. She likes to collect weird and wonderful pieces of audio. She found a piece from Brian Bush, a young man who recorded a cover of Bobby McFerrin's Don't Worry, Be Happy. Very famous song. I'm sure most of you know it just by the little intro here. Now, the song is all about, being happy, not worrying, no matter what life throws at you. There's, just a certain way you expect it to be performed, with at least a little bit of energy.
Here's a little song I wrote. Might be one thing that's note for a note. Don't worry.
All right.
Be happy.
He's barely singing the fucking song right, but he's a young kid. He might not be in the best of moods. After all, this is a Make-A-Wish Foundation recording. Yeah, Brian is a Make-A-Wish kid, and his greatest wish, and one that the foundation was able to grant, was that he wanted to be able to record a song, become a recording artist, even though, let's face it, the boy has no musical talent whatsoever. Brian suffered from medulloblastoma. That doesn't sound good, and the fact that he's a Make-A-Wish kid also kind of is a big clue. Medulloblastoma is one of the most common types of, brain tumors in children. I don't want to come off as an asshole here, but I will. It's my job. I kind of thought Make-A-Wish kids were like ones that were pretty certain to die. Like that's the whole point, right? Like you're going to die. That sucks. You're not going to be part of the world. So here's like what's the thing you want most to happen before you die? Something incredible. What would you like? A trip to Disneyland? You want to be the first on all the rides? You want to go to space camp? Go snorkeling with dolphins? Anything in the world. What do you want? I want to record a cover of Bobby McFerrin's Don't Worry, Be Happy and like one of those dinky ass recording booths that they have at state fairs and amusement parks and stuff. You know, you pay $15, you go in, sing a karaoke song, and it like records your voice on tape, or you get a CD or something. That's your greatest wish. Also, again, not to be a total dick here, but medulloblastoma has a survival rate of 70%. So I think you were a bit premature with the whole contacting Make-A-Wish. I feel like mommy and daddy were like trying to cash in on this, trying to get something. Like, sure, the cancer's bad, but chances are he was going to survive. Even if it spreads, there's still a 60% survival rate. Maybe that's why the Make-A-Wish Foundation granted him this particular wish. Maybe this was like fifth wish on his list. The first one was like, I want to be an astronaut. I want to meet Harry Styles. All right, but I mean, kid, you've got medulloblastoma. You're probably going to survive this thing. We're going to have to cap you at $100. Come up with a wish that's going to set us back less than a C note. Can we go to the fair? Maybe. What do you want to do at the fair? Record a karaoke song to CD? Play skee ball until I can win the big plushie? Eat all the corn dogs and fries I want until I'm full? And get an airbrush t-shirt. Whoa. You could do the karaoke thing, 1 round of skee ball, and 3 corn dogs. That's it. That's our final offer. Deal. So glad we could make your wish come true. Then, after all this trouble the Make-A-Wish people did to set this up, this is the fucking song he records.
Every life we have some trouble, but we worry, make it double, don't worry.
Brian's a little woozy from the chemo. That's why he's not exactly lively here. You had to pick the day after your chemo treatment to do this. We told you to wait a week. He was too excited.
Be happy.
Oh, man.
Don't worry.
Don't worry. Be happy. He doesn't even believe what he's singing here.
Don't worry.
There is no God. How about that? Here's some lyrics for you. Boom, 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 boom. What kind of God would give me cancer? I'm fucking 7 years old. I'm not a bad person. Ba-da, ba-da, ba-da. I won't live to get my driver's license or get laid.
Lay your head. Somebody came and took your bed.
Life sucks.
Don't worry.
No.
Be happy.
Well, I hope Brian Bush recovered from, the medulloblastoma. I do have a feeling he passed away because Miss May said there is now an annual event called Putt for Life held in his honor. So who knows? Maybe he came out of this thing okay and then they started a fund, or maybe things didn't. I don't want to know, actually. I'm happier being ignorant. Although I hope he pulled through. And by the way, this song was recorded back in 1989. I don't know if that matters, but it's not like, he's a little kid right now and I'm making fun of him. Best case scenario is he's still alive and he's in his late 30s. All right. And with that, let's get into the crazy, bizarre twist to the fucked up news. Wrap up. Don't forget, Distorted View's member site, superfreaksideshow.com. When you sign up, you get access to the entire archive of programs. Plus, every week, we do brand new exclusive shows, typically on Tuesday and Thursday. For more information, check out superfreaksideshow.com and distortedview.com. Also got a Patreon account, another way to help me out. Thank you so much to all of my patrons. Patreon.com/distortedview. You can pledge as little as $1 over there. As I was recording the show here, just got a new patron, Mike. Mike, thank you so much. Mike was like, I'm going to pledge $1, which is very generous. Thank you very much, Mike. And then he was like, you know what? Tim is an extra special charity case. He needs the money. I'm going to up my pledge to $5. So thank you for not only becoming a patron, but upping your patron pledge. Be like Mike. We could all learn a thing or two from Mike. Patreon.com/distortedview. All right, 3 very quick stories now. First up, a worker at a queer resource center says that an older woman left a voicemail asking them to help her with a gay person, a troublesome gay in her life. I don't think she understood what a queer resource center does. She thought they were like a rapid response team or gay police department or maybe some sort of like trash bulk pickup hotline. You tell them about a troublesome queer and they'll pick them up off the street, kill them, or send them to a re-education camp or something. Hey, in Ron DeSantis' America, we will have those gay cleanup crews. That's his personal promise to you. Vote Ron DeSantis 2024. At least he's coming up with some new ideas. Solve that monkeypox crisis right quick. Anyway, yes, this woman called a queer resource center and said that there was a gay person bothering her. Come get him. I know you know him. All you queers run about together. All right, in the video posted by TikToker Jackson Carter on August 15th, he says that the resource center he works for gets a lot of crazy calls. Ooh, I want to hear them all. But this voicemail was his favorite. You know, I love unhinged voicemails, so I have that particular TikTok video here. Let's take a listen.
So I work for a queer resource center, and we get like a lot of crazy calls, but this is my favorite voicemail we've gotten so far.
Advanced option, message 8.
Okay, this is Mrs. and I'm having problems with a gay person.
Aren't we all?
That I've known for a while, and he is bothering me, and I would like to report him to you. And my number's and I know that you could help me so that he will not bother me any longer. Thank you.
She called us like we were gay animal control to come remove the bothersome homosexual from her neighborhood. Just, mwah. Woo. Did you catch the part where she almost dropped a slur? She was like, I'm having problems with a...
Did she say that? I totally did miss that. Hold on, I gotta hear that again.
We've got so...
I'm having problems with a gay...
I don't know if she said F.
Having problems with a...
She didn't know what to call him. A gay, a queer, a fruit, careless fairy.
At least I'm not going to die because I'm a careless fairy.
In a follow-up video, Carter says the woman called him back, but he didn't record the second call, warning that it sounds made up. She tells me that this gay guy has lived across the street. Oh, great. We've got more context here. How is he bothering her? Apparently, the gay guy lives across the street from her for years. He's evil. He's wicked. He's been harassing her, but she can't prove it. He has energy. He has energy machines in his house. Gay energy machines. They shoot electrical rainbow pulses. No, just electrical pulses through his window into her window to harm her. Carter continues to explain that the woman alleged that she felt 2 beams hit her straight in the chest. And all of a sudden, she began to feel sexual attraction towards what she called sturdy women. No, that's not true. The TikToker responded saying that she should contact the authorities. The Gay Resource Center does not have jurisdiction over that type of issue. She laughed it off and said that instead she had contacted 2 Mormon leadership members and her gay neighbor's pastor, Pastor Jimmy, to report the situation. Now, apparently, there are not a lot of pastors named Jimmy in the area, so this guy was able to track down the Pastor Jimmy, and he got him involved. Pastor Jimmy actually showed up at the Queer Resource Center.
Pastor Jimmy! Pastor Jimmy brought pastries!
Pastries for all the good little queer girls and boys. He's like a Mormon Santa Claus. Well, Jackson Carter goes on to say that Jimmy is now on the case.
And he is going to give our friend on the phone a call and see if there's anything that we can do to help her.
Yeah, how about dismantling the gay laser beam that's emanating from this fudge packer's house right into my window? That's what you can do to help me. Minorities sure do have quite the access to laser beams as of late. We've got those Jewish space laser beams. That was revealed by Lauren Boebert or Marjorie Taylor Greene. And now we got gay laser beams shooting out of windows. There is a war coming. Everyone's gearing up. Be prepared. Pick sides. All right, second story we have for you today. This one just happens to come from our most fucked up state. Say it with me.
Florida, our most fucked up state.
Notice all those laser sound effects? What did I tell you? The homosexuals love lasers. They're so bright and colorful. What's not to love about them? They're fabulous. All right, we got a story from Florida here, of course. Good old Florida man was arrested just a couple days ago for allegedly arranging to have sex with a 14-year-old girl.
Hi, Galileo 2333.
He knows just when to enter. No, we are not talking about Galileo 2333. And I gotta be honest with you, as sick as this is, I think a 14-year-old girl might be too old for Galileo 2333. He's another one that needs to be put on some sort of watch list. Anyway, so a Florida man arrested yesterday for allegedly arranging to have sex with a 14-year-old girl told cops that he was, quote, just trying to celebrate his upcoming birthday, as if that's some sort of valid excuse.
You asshole, you. Happy birthday.
Not often you get Richard Simmons out of the house. Wanted to wish you a happy birthday. You asshole, you. I don't think this guy's Jewish, though. I mean, I guess there are black Jewish people, right? But I don't think he's one. According to police, Anthony Petty, who turned 62 on Sunday, thought he was talking to a juvenile on the Kick Chat app when he sent the child explicit photos and messages, as well as a video of himself masturbating. I love old guys who think they know what little girls want to see. Yeah, an old man's wrinkly cock and balls. Some wispy gray hair pubes. Petty, in fact, was corresponding with an undercover detective posing as a girl. Sounds like some perverted justice. I like rape. Petty was arrested when he arrived to meet the girl at an apartment in St. Petersburg, not far from his residence. After being read his rights, Petty reportedly confessed to sending the girl explicit images and planning on meeting with the juvenile for sex. Petty, cops say, stated that he was just trying to celebrate his birthday. Come on, it's the big 6-2. Can't you let me off with a warning since it's my birthday and all? It's like, no, this is not a speeding ticket situation. You weren't caught rolling past a stop sign. You're about to roll into a teenager. Charged with a pair of felonies, Petty was booked into the Pinellas County Jail, where the retiree is being held in lieu of $12,000 bond. So there you go. Florida once again living up to the very high standards we've come to expect from that state. Final story we have for you today. Oh, here's another pervert. This one from the great state of Pennsylvania. On July 21st, Daniel Conrad pleaded guilty in front of Magisterial District Judge Dale Klein. We'll go with magisterial. For patronizing a prostitute. He wasn't paying her for her services. He was talking to her in a patronizing way. She was all like, yeah, I do about 5 to 6 guys a day. And he was all like, yeah, I bet you your pussy is nice and tight. And she's like, yeah, I do Kegels. Oh, yeah, I bet you do. I bet you it's not a gaping hole or anything. Oh, I bet you guys just love sliding in that well-worn pussy. Actually, they do. I charge top dollar. Mm-hmm. You're so in demand, I bet you could retire now. Well, are you patronizing me? Yes, I am, as a matter of fact. Stop, you're under arrest. Is that what that means? According to the county district attorney's office, in November of 2021, Conrad found a female through an online platform, Facebook Marketplace. It's always Facebook Marketplace. And paid her $200 for sexual favors. By the way, you gotta see this guy's mugshot. It's fascinating. I'll make it the chapter artwork right now. I don't know. It looks like he's from the 1800s, or like he should be working in colonial Williamsburg or something. I bet you if you ask him what his job is, it's some sort of smithing. I don't know. He's got like that old-timey beard and, I don't know, hair. He just looks like from another time. Before the two engaged in any sexual favors, the woman tried to leave. She's like, oh, I can't do this. You're too gross. And that's like a prostitute's whole thing, really. Like fucking gross guys. That's who's having sex with prostitutes. So he must have been extra gross and stinky. All right, the woman tried to leave only to find Conrad blocking her exit. Conrad then called police. Bold move. He tried to get the police involved because he didn't want to be charged for the encounter. Which, by the way, is fair because, no sex was had. She was trying to stiff him, and not in the nice prostitutely way. A state trooper arrived on scene and believed there to be signs of human trafficking. The DA's office says Conrad, who was on state parole, was then put back into custody of the Department of Corrections. The name of the female involved in the incident will stay anonymous. Her case is moved to the County Human Trafficking Division program, a program for sex/labor trafficking survivors, as she is thought to be a victim of human trafficking. So the story kind of does have a happy ending. I mean, not for this guy. He was stiffed out of 2 happy endings. But, she might get out of this whole horrible life she's living if she really is, a victim of human trafficking. So there you go. Wow, a rare, happy news story. I don't know if I want to call this happy, but it's a positive outcome. That, my friends, is your Distorted News for Monday. Let's do a couple voicemails and get the hell out of here. All right, here we go. Love to hear from you freaks, and there are many ways to contact the show. Show at DistortedView.com. I'm all over social media, at DistortedView on Twitter and Instagram, Facebook.com/DistortedView Show. I'm all over the place. If you want to find me, you can find me. We do have that voicemail line, and I think we've got some patrons calling in today, so let's check in with them first.
Hey, Tim the Fem, this is Otter Poppers. I was just calling in to say hi, and it's corpse paint.
Yes, corpse paint. Everyone, yes, I made a mistake. I didn't know what corpse paint was. I thought I didn't know what she was saying, but corpse paint is a thing. It's paint to look like a corpse.
Hey, level lady, cat lady.
Okay, this call was left on Saturday. You're a bit late if you'd like to get in contact with level 80 cat lady. We're going to have to set up a seance or something. She passed away in February.
We miss your voicemails.
Oh, okay.
And
I guess I should have let him finish his sentence.
It's Unicorn Hamster, what's up? So I'm calling to let you know that this week's show was great. I really enjoyed the 2 gays fucking, and God, they sounded like they were having some good gay sex. Like
we played a lot of sex, I think. Was that on Friday's show?
When he was proud of the amount of semen, and he was like, oh, look here, and you told the listeners to crank up. If you were in the car, I was not in the car, but I'll have to remember and go back.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Good work.
Guys get oddly proud of the amount of semen they produce.
So I'm happy my money's going to...
I just feel like less is more, especially if I have to swallow this stuff. Look, I'm a team player. I do what I have to do. I've acquired a taste for this stuff. I don't gag on it, but still, if I had a preference, I don't need ropes and ropes of the shit down my throat.
Good use and, all that good stuff. I also wanted to mention...
By the way, hi, Mom, if you're listening to this episode of Distorted View. Are you proud of your baby boy?
Fuck, I have...
Didn't I call my mom once and I was talking to her about her sexual activity with my dad and if she ever deep-throated my father?
No, I just wanted to know if...
She was grossed out by that. She didn't even know that was a thing people do, which I have a hard time believing. I think she was just trying to, she was just playing coy.
I have, I just wanted to know if any of you freaks jerk off a lot or masturbate.
What's a lot? That's a very subjective question. Once a week? Once a day?
I can get pussy and still jerk off.
That's a different thing. It's like, you don't have to impress anyone else. You don't have to worry about anyone else. You do it at your own pace, your own time. There's, less involvement from other people. So, you do it the way you want. There's both ways are appealing.
It's
solo and
I don't know. I wake up with activity. A boner. I jack my dick off. Is this normal?
I don't know if jacking off your morning wood every day is normal. Guys usually do wake up with a boner, right? So you're telling me that's how you start your day? I think you're expelling way too much energy. You're depleting a well of energy that you could be using for something else. I think the best time to do that is evening, when you're winding down, not when you're trying to start the day. Come on, get your shit together. How do you fucking function in life? I have to tell you people how to do everything here.
Hello, Insanovich. Vladimir Putin.
Vladimir Putin calling from a strange area code.
Here we are making calls. We are making the phones ring. It is Saturday morning. I am here with Miss May.
Saturday morning? No, Miss May? Miss May's not there.
Miss May does not make sound.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. You are muted, May. Like, you are muted. You are fucking this all up. Oh my goodness.
Oh no.
Is this typically how your shows go? Is it just a giant clusterfuck?
Hey, forgive me, Timmy. Forgive me, Vlad.
Miss May, everybody! On the line.
Very unprofessional. Very unprofessional. I was excited to hear that Miss May played Carbon Chaperone in her program.
Yes, on WFMU, Carbon Chaperone was played. I am officially a radio star.
Waiting for me to hear. Tim, I was picturing you mowing your lawn, falling down. I am so glad you have not horrifically chopped off your arm. I am thinking about neighbor who sits across street drinking beer, like put out lawn chair and simply watch misadventures.
Luckily, we don't have anyone directly across the street. Well, there is a house, but it's like the side of their house, so no one is out there looking at me.
Of two homosexuals living across the street. I am thinking about purchasing property across from you and just setting up.
I wish you would buy the property because right now it's like a rental. It's like the one rental property on our street, and people are parking on the street. There's a bunch of people that live there. I don't like it.
Camera.
I'm turning into one of those people. I don't like renters. They're ruining our neighborhood.
I think we could make a whole YouTube channel of this. I will share a bit of revenue with you.
Yeah. I've been bugging Lord Douche. I'm like, we need to get like cameras on our house because, we don't live in the best neighborhood. We poor. And I thought it would be a good idea to have like, a camera on the porch and on the side where the cars are because, there are people who steal and do crazy shit. But it would also catch, video of me falling down hills with the mowers and getting stung by yellow jackets.
I have been dipping into archive. What's that, Meg? Go ahead.
That's somebody's fetish.
I have been dipping into archive, Tim. Sometimes, if you have an iPhone, you will hit like the little button and all of a sudden the podcast will be playing fast, like 1.5 speed.
Yeah.
I have noticed that often when I listen back to the time you are taking the hydroxy cut and you're taking speed and your heart almost exploded, that whole like couple months, you sound like you're at 1.5 speed. So I can tell we're in 2012 when that is the case. And
was it 2012? I guess it was 2012. I'll have to go back and listen to those archives.
It is both disturbing.
See if I was all like hopped up on something.
And very intriguing. Please stay away from that stuff so your heart does not explode.
Yeah.
Love you, Tim.
I will not make that mistake again. I'd rather be fat and die of heart disease than thin and on speed and having my heart explode. I prefer the slower way of dying. That's the American way. Why should I be different than anyone else? All right, that is all the time we have on this edition of the program. Want you guys to email me, show@distortedview.com. Distortedview.com is our official website. A voicemail line for you. 206-666-4463. That's 206-66. Oh, God, it's an oh, God.
I'll fix your car when I run my dick up your ass.
Spread the distortion. STD. Tell all your friends about the show. Don't forget to give us a 5-star rating, a thumbs up or like, wherever you can rate and review podcasts. Tomorrow's episode is going to be Sideshow exclusive. If you want to hear it, you got to sign up. Superfreaksideshow.com. Otherwise, I will see you back on Wednesday. Until then, have a great day. Bye, everybody.
What kind of work do you girls do? Well, you may find this kind of strange, Cindy, but I work for the devil. It used to seem very spooky to me, too. But actually, if you think about it, it's quite logical and very stimulating. The cult recognizes that the evil in this world far outweighs the good. And so we believe that Satan is our true savior. Worshipping the devil, it's the in thing to do.
This has been another excellent podcast from the Scribe Media Group. Learn more at scribe.net.